Well, hello, my little potato, you beautiful soul. Whew, it's hot. I love you. You know, I like to start off with that, so I love you. So last night didn't exactly go as planned. As I mentioned, my plan was to, excuse me, be sleeping by 11 p.m. I sent you a message around 1 a.m. and I didn't go to sleep last night. So I've been up since yesterday. Um, didn't intend for that to happen. I did fully intend to take a nap. It just never worked out. So here I am. Um, and yeah, but I said today that I was going to, like I said, I washed my sheets. I cleaned my room. I cleaned off my counter. I cleaned off the desk. I set out a couple of thank you cards for me to address tomorrow. I had someone from TikTok make a video about my coloring book. So I'm going to write a thank you note, send that to her tomorrow. And I published an audio to Reddit. I published one audio last night as well. Um, I watched a video for school. I had class today. Um, Last night I started a book and I read about 200 and something pages because, I can't sleep anyway. So that's what I did. You know, I, I'm just, I just did too much. And I did clean my room, the countertop, published already. I did post in my advertising group. I did watch a video for school. I did not post to TikTok. I didn't know what the video to make. And at some point during the day, I decided that I'm going to make an actual kids coloring book. So I'm going to take my coloring book and turn them into kids versions, which the kids versions will be no title, no feelings, no music, no landing page, no QR code. It will just be simpler. Um, so we'll see how well that works out. I'm going to work on getting them published tomorrow on Amazon and on Etsy. Amazon is first, of course, and then I gotta redo Amazon. I gotta redo Etsy. I gotta do Amazon. I gotta do Amazon. I've got to do Etsy, and I uh I've got like I think I have to convert 7 paintings. I have to write a letter. I was thinking about the letter actually while I was in the shower, like because it's literally for kids. I actually did create the new cover today, but the new cover is not that big of it's not that big of a change from the first one. It's just I added some words, I took away some words, I made the cover a little bit clearer. So tomorrow I'll get that proofed. My class tonight, we finished around 11. So obviously this 11 p.m. sleeping schedule is not going to work for me because it's now a little bit past midnight, right? Um, And after I send you this message, I need to blow dry my hair because I can't go to sleep with wet hair. I mean, I can, but it's. And that's tomorrow. That's my tomorrow. My tomorrow is so glad I have the planner next to the bed. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and I have a meeting at 10 a.m., right? And then color with me for kids. Hopefully, I'll able to do both coloring books tomorrow, parts 1 and 2. And then Etsy and Amazon. Amazon is a priority, so I can hopefully have it live for my vendor fair on Sunday. Then it's an additional one, and I gotta, print extra pages for that. And then I gotta redo the website to reflect. I gotta redo both landing pages to reflect that, but that's not the priority for tomorrow. That might be something for Thursday or Friday. But I have to wait for everything to be live. So those might actually get done on Saturday, redoing the website, but that's okay. And but yes, tomorrow, parts 1 and 2, Etsy and Amazon. I do actually need to go to the grocery store at some point this week. On Saturday, I made an appointment to get my eyelashes done, right? Um, and then, like I said, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. meeting. And after and hopefully the plan is to eat before the meeting. So then that way, when the meeting's done, I can immediately start working on the coloring book and write my thank you notes tomorrow. That's tomorrow. I gotta, I'm gonna work on the thank you notes tomorrow. A coloring book and then thank you notes. Or maybe thank you notes in between breaks, because I don't know. We'll see how that works. But I will write that down as well. So I can get those sent out. Thank you notes. Whew. And my one friend, he got his and he said he really enjoyed it. So I'm really glad for that. Right. The girl on TikTok made the video, so that made me happy. And tomorrow. Oh, I cleaned my room. I did everything. I need to put my one dress away. Trying to think what else is there. I mean, gym tomorrow at 6 p.m. Gym, 6 p.m. There we go. I knew I was forgetting something, right? So I have the gym tomorrow, and I'm going to start going because currently my sister's at school. I can't go to the gym on Wednesdays during the day. I'm going to start going to the gym on Thursdays at night. So that's one more time. So then that way, I'll go to the gym 3 times a week and maybe twice in one day. It's kind of a lot. Because because I'm working on my fitness and I try a different teacher, sometimes, mix things up. And what else am I thinking of? I do feel better that there's not so much stuff on my bed because right now all I have on my bed is literally I have one journal. Oh, I had my new journal come today. I don't think I'm going to take it with me to the what's it called? To the vendor fair. I only have so much space, and so I'm just going to take my 2 coloring books and well, technically my 3 coloring books because I have the first one, and then I have version 1 and I have version 2 of the second one, so people can see the difference, right? And I also need to go to the grocery store on Friday so I can bake on Saturday. So I need to write that down for the grocery store. But I already wrote it down. I'm ahead of myself. Hooray! And I already said prep baked goods. Oh, I don't need to put the table in the trunk because I did go check last night to see how big the table was. It was like 20 by 30 inches. So that's like, we were in class. I did homework. If I sound like I'm talking fast, it may be because like it's hot. Maybe I'm a little delirious. I don't know for sure. But I feel better. And there's my classmates and I were talking today. And tomorrow is the 1-year anniversary of last year when our school had this like introductory event for all the people who started in July, and you got together online in June, and so we all met each other. And I definitely remember meeting my classmate Javon. I don't remember the other 2, but the one said she was there, the other one I don't remember. And I don't know what's next, and I also had a phone call with my girlfriends today. It was the one girl's birthday yesterday, and we were trying to get a cake delivered to her. And so we were getting a cake delivered to her, but we wanted to see her reaction. So I was like, "Oh, do you want to go on live with me?" And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And then when the other one said, "Oh no, let's go Facebook Live and we'll do Messenger call, and then that way we can see." And then one got on and one got off and all that stuff. And then nobody was on the call. We were like, okay, well, that didn't work out. And then the one who was getting the cake delivery, she said she was at her in her house and she was about to call us back, and this guy got out of the car and he went out to the other side and he went up to the other side and he pulled around and he pulled a cake out of his car, and she goes, "Oh, that's why they were calling me." So she called us back and she said thank you. And it was funny because the other one was going to work, and she had just gotten in she was in the car, and she was what's it called? She was getting, putting her face on, and nothing fancy, just a little bit. But she was like looking in the, she was like looking in the camera and like doing the thing, just like making faces in the mirror. So I was making faces back at her just to see, like, copying her, just to see how long it would take her to notice. And then finally she started noticing, and the other one started, and then so she started laughing, and the other one was watching, and she was like, she had noticed that she was like, making faces. And then she's like, why is she still laughing? And then she realized that I was copying her. And it just made it like a little bit fun, because we all need humor and joy and happiness in our lives. And even if that just came from me making like duck faces to the camera for her, just to put her in a little bit of a better mood, that was, totally worth it. And I had a good laugh out of it as well. So, and then, now I got the idea to make an actual kids coloring book. I gotta figure out how much I'm gonna charge for it though, because I was thinking about $9.99, and I don't know how much Amazon is gonna charge me to make the book, right? To print the book. So I can't get ahead of myself on price. However, I was thinking about $9.99, right? But I was like, if I do $9.99, Amazon is gonna charge me out the wazoo. And I was like, well, maybe I'll make the book smaller. No, I'm not gonna do that. So I gotta figure that out. But I am not going to let that get ahead of me. I am going to, one day at a time, one page at a time. When I'm done, I'm done. And then I'll figure out, and we'll see how much it is and figure out a price from there, because it's equitable, what it has to be, what equitable and fair. So I'm not working on it's not like I'm trying to make a fortune from it, but I'm like, if I'm gonna do that sell it on TikTok Shop, and then I gotta ship it to me, and then I gotta ship it out to someone, like, I could potentially lose money on that. So, or I just won't sell it on TikTok, or I won't sell it on TikTok Shop. There's that too. I'll say, okay, well, then I'll only sell it. That might be a product that I only sell on Amazon. So then that way I'm able to maximize my profits. And that might be something that happens as well, right? So maybe I'll just have a different strategy for that book. But I'm really excited for it, because I did not expect that I was going to be making like an actual kids version. And it's very exciting. And especially after yesterday, I was like, dude, I feel like I'm in the hallway. Like, what? And then here I am, and things are moving forward in order for me to move forward with my life. And I don't know, like I said today, that, my major goal is to be able to move out. And I need to have enough money to move out. And every product I have puts me one step closer, right? So that's very exciting for me. I have yet to hear back from the activity center. It was an experiment worth doing. So I'm glad I did it, and I'll just, hear back, and maybe she just needs a little bit more time. It's only been, I think tomorrow will be a week. So I'll just let that be. Just like, you never know how. And I got my approval from Blue Cross. They'll be sending me a check for $500 and something. So that's very much a positive. So, but that's really like all I got for you. It was kind of a lot and kind of a little. So, as always, like, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to me and my ramblings, especially when I'm like potentially delirious. But I just, it's just life, right? Life works in mysterious ways. So as always, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for listening. I love you, and I will talk to you tomorrow. I love you.